Sorry for the network interruption. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are listening to me. I've been talking on these local government granting of what they call autonomy to local government. Most times I wonder what Nigeria really is. And I wonder whether Nigerians are actually as intelligent as they claim to be. Elementary constitutional framework, governmental framework, clearly states that a federation is a group of units coming together, having local autonomy and having a center with a little greater power than themselves. They bestow their power on the center. They collectively donate their powers to the center. And they give greater power in the military, in charge of the military, foreign affairs, etc. There are some federations that are even look more like a confederation. So federation like Tanganyika and Zanzibar, which is Tanzania, look more like a confederation than a federation. So Nigeria being an heterogeneous state, at the independence in 1960, the British colonialists decided on their exit to make Nigeria a federal state where no man will be oppressed. A federal state that takes into cognizance the distinctiveness of the various groups, the dichotomy among the various groups. So the Jaws are different from the Igbos are different from the Efiks are different from the Bibios are different from the Ogonis, etc., etc. The Yorubas are different from the Hausas are different from the Kanuris are different from Nupe people. A federation of different units. It was even wrong for the British to have made 3 regions at the time they left. The agitation of the Wilkin Commission that led to the setting up of the Wilkin Commission in 1956, and which culminated in creating of the Niger Delta Authority, Area Development Authority for the Jaws and the Ogonis, did not even persuade the British to know that there is a wide gap of difference between the Igbos and the Jaws, between the Ijaws and the Ogonis, between the Ogonis and the Bokis, between the Bokis and the Yakos. What the British should have done was a willingness on the part of the nationalities to come together or to stay on their own and create for them federating units. But they tried by leaving 3 federating units. In 1963, Midwest was carved out of the Western region as another federating unit. These federating units were actually artificial entities with no root in history. It was artificial entity created at the convenience of the British colonialists. It has no root in reality, in nature, and in history. But the Constitution clearly states, and the national anthem clearly also states, a nation where no man is oppressed, it takes into account, it takes into cognizance the distinctiveness, the separateness, the differentness of the different people, and the dichotomy that exists amongst us. During the unfortunate Igbo uprising, led by mainly Igbo officers and some deluded officers from the West, and some officers from the middle belt, Aguiyi, having come to power, decided to throw away the very... At that time, people were rejoicing, the Igbos were rejoicing. And today, Decree 32 has been used by the North. You know, both times, people say we accuse the North, even myself. But it is the South that lays the foundation of what they are suffering today. What every one of us is suffering today, the South laid the foundation. First, it was Agunonsi. In 1978 and 1999, General Olusegun Obasanjo also laid the foundation to the erosion and deliberate debasement of the federal status of Nigeria. He promulgated a lot of laws, including the Land Use Act. Today, to whose advantage is the Land Use Act? The northern politicians who are smarter than us have used the Land Use Act against us. And today another Southerner had come, who was a federalist, and we all worked together in the trenches. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, a friend and a brother and an uncle and a father. We all work together. He has come to power, and today he has totally stripped the state. Any pretension as to Nigeria being a federal state has totally been stripped. The state has totally been stripped off. They have nothing again. And people are applauding it. Local government. Angels from heaven are going to become chairmen of local government. Local government autonomy. Angels are going to come down to govern local government. Chapters 1, subsection 1 and 2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria stated clearly that Nigeria is a federal state with so number of states as a federating unit. The question that we are asking, are the local government also federating units? If the local government is a federating unit, then there's no need for the state. We should go ahead and have 700 and something federating units and throw away the local governments and throw away the states. What's the function of the state? But we know that the intention of the makers of this constitution was never to make local government federating unit. We have put the same way we did. And Gowon came, created 12 states, gave the North 6 states, and gave the South 6 states. We had 3 regions before. They had 1 region. They have added 5 to their own. We added 3 to our own. They created 19 states. 10 in the north and 9 in the in the south. And the more they create state, the more they add more value to their own, at our own expense. Until it became 36 states. 36 states. We have We have 17 states. They have 19. We have 17 states. They have 19. They've added one. Including Abuja, they have 20 states. Lagos, unarguably the most populous state in Nigeria. Kano has 44. Bayelsa has 8. Bayelsa has 8 local governments. Today, we now have local government autonomy. Local government are going to receive money directly from the federation account. Not only that, elections like INEC, federal government is going to appoint electoral body for local governments. Why? For all of us, we know the conspiracy theory, conspirational theory. In all these, is aimed at Rivers State. President Bola Tinubu, Good Man Friday, Wike. Having lost grip of Rivers State, is being encouraged to take Rivers State, force Rivers State people into slavery, back into slavery, for 8 years. Only a few of us voiced our opposition to Wike. Only a few of us. They said the witch cried in the night. In the morning they discovered that the child has died. Tomafide. Aribobe, Dinkrakro Bom, Ode, the debut of Tomafide. That was just it. They all read the Supreme Court had delivered judgment, 4 years tenure. How can they limit the tenure of local government to once in 4 years? When all state government, the governors have 2 tenure of 4 years, the president has 2 tenure of 4 years, and so if they have 2 tenure of 4 years, why will it not be uniform for them to? Is the Supreme Court or does the Supreme Court have the right to amend the Constitution of Nigeria? Does the Supreme Court goes on a voyage of discovery? Is the Supreme Court now a Father Christmas? Is the Supreme Court now a Father Christmas that award what has not been asked for? 4 years tenure. Does the Supreme Court, from interpreting the law, to become makers of the law? Very fun. Now the whims and caprices of people have now become the law of Nigeria. We are heading to habits. You might not see it. I am putting it here so that you will remember when I'm no longer around that I said it. Tomorrow, when the North takes advantage of this, we'll cry, where the North? I will not be there to cry. The North. I will support it. It has gone down in history. The people who eroded and destroyed the Federation of Nigeria, starting with Ironsi, Obasanjo, now Ahmed Bola Tinubu, let it go down the record of the Federal Republic, in the conscience of the people. Let it be written boldly that these 3 men were the men who destroyed the Federation of Nigeria. Because of one man, Wike. Because they are chasing one man called Samuel Efowa. Supreme Court became the lawmakers and the interpreters of the law. And within 4 years, immediately overnight, the legislator, led by another Southerner, Akpabio. Now watch it. The president is a Southerner who is now totally removing the federal status and character of Nigeria. The head of the legislature, Kosun Akpabio, is a Southerner. And the head of the chief judge, is a Southerner. We have nothing to blame the North tomorrow. All of a sudden, we have swung into action. Let them, on the 5th of October, Rivers State is going to conduct local government election. So they hurriedly pass a law, like Saddam Hussein will say, whatever I say and write down with my hand is the law. There's no process of lawmaking. There's no checks and balances any longer. Laws are now being made by the whims and caprices of individuals. Hurriedly, the Senate hurriedly passed the law. Local government election will now be done by independent local government election commission. Electoral Commission. The man appointed as state rep commissioner in INEC is Wike's cousin. Wike appointed him. So Wike will populate his people and appoint them into that commission, and they will come to Rivers State to conduct the election for Rivers State. And then they will stay somewhere like Okocha said, where they go to write election result before in government houses, now in their private houses and hotels. They are going to write election results. Agaraga we no ma bebo, ay. Sibo bebo no ma bebo, ay. But orine waso abatondo ye fwa. Agaraga bo wa no ma bebo. Sibo bebo wa no ma bebo. But orine biya abatondo ye fear. Brass akite bo final egbe. Brass akite bo final egbe. When we were small, there was this song. Tamni yarero jama bo me no ukebo. Tini yarero jama bo me no ukebo. Yarero jama bo me no ukebo. No ukebwero. No ukebwero. The whole world is watching. what will be the result of such election? They say Wike is so powerful, and then we laugh. 2015, Wike won election because of Goodluck Jonathan. The sympathy for Goodluck Jonathan. 2019, the first time in the history of Nigeria, election was suspended for 3 weeks. Election result collation was suspended for 3 weeks before our very eyes. I supported Wike. Awara, somebody who came into the race less than 2 days of the election. We know all the manipulation, carry this, that, us trading. Finally, Wike was announced. They say, he who benevolent spirit have cracked their kernel ought to be wise. But he was never. Became bloated. Into thunder fire you. This one, that one. When you look at the wall, any office you enter, look at the wall. You will see those who have come and gone before you. But people don't learn. Wike was in Rivers State. He has left Rivers State. He's in Abuja on the wall of his office room. You will see the pictures of other Abuja ministers before. But people will not learn this. They think that power can be with them forever. And they will not learn this. And those who plot against those who work for them, those who plot against those who work for them, those who dig pits for those who work for them, who put mountains in front of those who work, who suffer, who make sacrifices for them, who are ready to throw those who work for them and suffer pain for them, suffer deprivation for them, risk their life for them, throw them under the train. God is not sleeping. God will come to judgment. He will surely come to judgment. And God's judgment is brutal. And when it will happen, they will say, witches and wizards, or this one is against them. Nobody is against them. We have stood firm, we did the right thing. I have no regret. But I want you to mark it down. I want you to put it up that in the history of three men, it is not Ahmadu Bello. It is not Tafawa Balewa. It is not Aminu Kano. It is not Abacha. It is not Yaradua. Three men stand up are those who had used the opportunity to destroy the federal status of Nigeria. Three men. And these three men are going wrong and Igbo man. General Olusegun Obasanjo, that status and nature